Kate Martin did really, really well overall. She had a spell where it was like bucket, steal, then came down the other end and got an assist to Steph Dolson as well. Like, I think she's looking really, really good.
Picture this. It's game night for the Los Angeles basketball squad, and they're up against the unbeaten Vinyl basketball team. This team is stacked with talent, including Aaliyah Boston, Dejanai Ham, Ryan Howard, and Arike Ogunbowale. The anticipation is building, and all eyes are on the major names. The stakes could not be higher. The victorious team takes the lead in the standings, but there's a twist. Despite all of the celebrity power, an unlikely hero emerges.
So there's probably not one individual player that has benefited more from Unrivaled than Kate Martin. Look, Kate Martin was somebody that came into the WNBA and nobody, and I mean nobody, thought she was going to make the Las Vegas Aces roster.
Kate Martin, the athlete who some doubters said made it to the WNBA primarily because of her relationship with Caitlin Clark, is proving them wrong. Martin is crushing the Unrivaled 3-on-3 competition, and her numbers speak for themselves. She outperforms Angel Reese, scoring 11 points per game. Yes, you heard that right, and this is simply the beginning. Martin's all-around ability have driven the LA Basketball Club to an unbeaten season and league championship. I'm curious as to how she is silencing the doubters. Let's break it down.
And obviously the season went on, people lost hope, and then when she was announced for Unrivaled, everyone was like, you know what, Kate Martin doesn't belong in Unrivaled. And let me tell you one thing, Kate Martin belongs in Unrivaled. So after having a double-double in the first game, she hooped again last night.
Do you know what is wild? No one anticipated the Laces Basketball Club to dominate the unmatched 3-on-3 battle. These ladies are on fire, sitting at the top of the standings with a perfect 3-0 record. But that's just the beginning. Let's talk numbers. The Laces are unequaled in all critical statistics. They are the league leaders in rebounding, assists, and steals, averaging nearly 40 rebounds, 14 assists, and more than 6 steals per game. Here's the kicker. They're doing it all while committing the fewest fouls in the league. That's not just good basketball, it's intelligent basketball.
Chisels out space. Money Martin. Oh yeah!
Hey, you gotta love Money Martin. Kate Martin, just an excellent shooter. She runs the floor so well. One of the things that Coach Wade talked about was coming into this league being in shape, and Kate has done a great job of being prepared and running the floor.
But wait, there's a twist to this story. Despite the departure of Jackie Young, a two-time WNBA champion and Olympian, the Laces continue to dominate. Young's absence due to knee injury would be a big setback for most organizations. Not the Laces. They haven't missed a beat, sweeping to decisive victories in their first 2 games. This gang isn't just surviving, they are thriving.
She was really good again. So you can see here with Kate Martin. Kate Martin hit a couple of big threes. She walked in, hit a big shot. And the big thing with Kate Martin is her defense is there and her three-point shooting is there.
So, how do they make this happen? It's simple. Work together. Every Lakers player averages double-digit points. That is unique, particularly in a league where most teams rely on 1 or 2 superstars to carry the weight. Take their recent match against Vinyl, for example. Tiffany Hayes led the way with 26 points, with Kayla McBride following closely behind with 22. This style of balanced scoring keeps opponents guessing and rival coaches awake.
Team kind of goes where Alyssa Thomas goes, because what Alyssa Thomas does is allows you to run Alyssa Thomas the 5 or at the big, and then Kate Martin, Kayla McBride, Tiffany Hayes, or when Jackie Young comes back, any combination of those two becomes one of the best in the league.
What's more impressive? The way the Lakers are outperforming teams who were expected to dominate. Remember all the buzz about the Phantom and its all-star and Olympian roster? Well, the Laces are making them look ordinary. With their united approach and intelligent style of basketball, they demonstrate that teamwork always triumphs over star strength.
The Laces are going to be so hard to beat because outside of Steph Dolson, every one of them can move and Alyssa Thomas can guard bigs. Alyssa Thomas can guard big. Jackie Young can guard big wings. Tiffany Hayes isn't small. Kayla McBride just is Kayla McBride. And we can't forget, like, through the first, 15 games of W season, Kayla McBride was nuclear hot. She was absolutely nuclear hot. Like, the ball hit her hand and would just go with the Lynx. When the Lynx were... No one thought the Lynx were going to be that good during the Commissioner Cup run at the start of the season when everyone thought it was just a fluke. But, they got K-Mac too. But Kate Martin, I was so...
It's like witnessing a well-oiled machine in action. Every player understands and executes their role perfectly. They don't rely on flashy heroics or highlight real performances to win games. Instead, the Lakers are thriving on conventional fundamentals like teamwork and basketball knowledge. It's a sensible and effective strategy, and it's paying off nicely.
The Laces are the most dangerous team, especially when Alyssa Thomas is on the floor. They are so dangerous. Every single player in double digits. Kate Martin was doing so well up to a point. She was taking people on. She was finishing with her left hand. She was shooting hook shots in the post. She was really good. I'm shocked at how good Kate Martin was.
And, to be honest, this kind of play is refreshing in today's basketball climate. We're used to seeing teams formed around one or two superstars, with the others cast as supporting players. But what about the Shoelaces? They have entirely twisted the script. Let's discuss about Kate Martin, who everyone is talking about. Some naysayers claimed she made it to the WNBA just because she is Caitlin Clark's best friend. Those who remain dubious have been proven wrong. Martin is not only holding her own in the Unrivaled 3-on-3 league, but she is dominating. She is not only keeping up with the big canines, but making them look like puppies.
So, of all players in Unrivaled that were good, the one that I think I am not shocked about, but I'm most happy about, is how well Kate Martin played for the Laces. She looked real good. And I mean that on both ends of the floor.
Let's break out the numbers. Kate Martin averages an astounding 11 points each game. And get this, she is outscoring Angel Reese. Yes, that is Angel Reese. But Martin's impact goes far beyond scoring. She's not just scoring points, she's also loading the stat sheet. With 5.7 rebounds, 1.7 assists, and 2 steals a game, she is the definition of a versatile player. Every team aspires to have such versatility.
She's obviously a glue player. She's obviously somebody that can do a lot of things. She can do a lot of things well, maybe not one thing spectacularly, but she does a lot of things well. But I was really, really impressed with how Kate Martin looked today for the Laces.
Kate Martin shown her desire to fight in the trenches during their latest encounter against the Vinyl Basketball Club. She scored 8 of her 11 points in the paint, up against some formidable opponents. We're talking about Aaliyah Boston and Dejanai Carrington patrolling the paint, names that would cause most rookies to quake in their shoes. But not Martin. She laced up, stepped up, and got to work, proving her readiness for any challenge.
Again, Kate Martin hitting freaking Dearica Hamby with a post move. That was crazy.
Now, if you've been following Kate Martin since her Iowa days, you might think, well, of course. This is the same player that earned the nickname Captain Money Martin, thanks to her clutch exploits. Martin, on the other hand, has an incredible ability to raise others around her. One of her Iowa coaches put it best: Kate has this knack for making everyone on the court better. Isn't that what you desire from your teammates? Someone who not only improves their own stats, but also ensures that the entire team shines.
More entertaining action. In the first game, Kate Martin was kind of the star, kind of the breakout player. She had the winning basket in the game, and Kate had a good all-around game.
You want to talk about performing under pressure? Kate Martin not only made an impact in the first game against the Phantom, but she also sealed the deal. After playing a crucial role throughout the game, she stepped up to score the game winner. That's the kind of ice in the veins moment that separates good players from great ones.
As you can see here, for her squad, there's the cut to win it for the Laces, who crushed the Phantom. Phantom looked rough out there.
Let's be honest for a moment. Kate Martin isn't just keeping up with the league's top players, she's exceeding them. Ever wondered what it's like to go from warming the bench to lighting up the scoreboard? Kate Martin's rise from the Las Vegas Aces bench to unrivaled league success reads like a Hollywood tale. But one play changed everything, and it involves making an Olympic gold medalist look totally foolish.
For Kate Martin, I think it was kind of like a proving she belonged sort of moment, which is cool. Not that she didn't before, but she was a role player for the Aces, didn't play all that much, was sort of a sidekick in the minds of people to Caitlin Clark at Iowa, to the non-Iowa fans. Now she's being presented as the face of the Valkyries, but we haven't seen so much from her. I think that was a good showing for her on that squad.
Let's set the clock back a little. Kate Martin's path to the WNBA was not without hurdles. The Las Vegas Aces selected her 18th overall in the 2024 WNBA draft. Martin had middling numbers for the Aces, averaging 2.6 points, 1.6 rebounds, and 0.9 assists. These aren't really statistics that would make you sit up and take notice, are they?
Las Vegas Aces drafted 3 players. Obviously, Liz Kitley was injured. Everyone thought Liz Kitley's probably going to go and make that Vegas team eventually. And a lot of people thought Deasia Fair was going to make that team. But Deasia Fair gets cut, Kate Martin makes the team, and within 5 games, she is a starter. She's hoping in the WNBA.
But here's where it gets interesting. Kate Martin played decent minutes in her first 10 games with the Aces, averaging 19 per game and making some starts. Not bad for a beginner, right? However, as the season went, her playing time diminished drastically. By the playoffs, she had barely played 3 minutes.
And then her season kind of spiraled. She went, through no fault of her own, she just stopped playing. The team brought in Tiffany Hayes, and her role was diminished to end of the bench.
Now you could be wondering, was she just not good enough? So hold your horses. Despite the restricted opportunities, Martin was noted for her exceptional work ethic. She was often the first to arrive and the last to leave the gym. So what gives? Why didn't she get more playing time? Rumor has it that some of the Aces veterans were getting a touch old. Martin appeared to be gaining popularity faster than some other players, which upset some. Look at A'ja Wilson.
Top-selling WNBA player merch, Caitlin Clark, #1 in jersey sales, Angel Reese 2, Sabrina 3, Kate Martin 4. We talked about this earlier in the season. I feel sad that Kate Martin also hasn't gotten as much playing time the second half of the season. I feel like she deserves more, or maybe she deserves a different team.
Martin, on the other hand, refused to be disheartened by her limited playing time. She continued to work, improve, and keep her positive attitude. When the Golden State Valkyries came calling in the expansion draft, she was anxious to show the world what she could do. Remember the game against the Phantom Basketball Club we mentioned earlier? The one where Martin breezed by Brittany Griner for an easy layup? That was not a fluke. Martin was showing the world what the Aces were missing out on. She demonstrated speed, ball handling skills, and a basketball IQ that made Griner, an Olympic gold medalist mind you, look like she was stuck in quicksand.